Okay, now guys, a video number 2. This time, solving literal equation. Okay, let's define the meaning of literal equation. Literal equation are an equation that contains more than one variable. Example, 2x plus 3y equals 6. We have two variables, x and y. It's more than one. Therefore, 2x plus 3y equals 6 is an example of literal equation. Another one, 4a minus 2b plus c equals 0. We have a, b, and c as variables. It's more than one. So therefore, 4a minus 2b plus c equals 0 is an example of literal equation. Okay? All right. Another thing that is an application of literal equation is the formula. The formula that we see in physics, in um, mathematics, that's the literal equation that states a relationship between two or more quantities in an application problem. Example, the formula for resistance in physics, 1 over r sub 1 plus 1 over r sub 2 equals 1 over r, where r represents the resistance. So this is a formula, and it has three variables, r sub 1, r sub 2, and r. So this is a literal equation. Another example, A equals P plus PRT. This is a formula where A, P, R, and T stands for something. So since there are more than one variable, this is an example of literal equation. And another one right here, S equals A plus N minus 1 times D. This is also an example of literal equation, and this is a formula. So it means that formula are literal equations and we need to solve them. So right now I have here two examples for us to solve, and then hope this will be your guide to solve the problem I'm going to give you. Okay, solve a literal equation. Okay, I have here solve A equals P times 1 plus I. So this is your formula. You're solving for I, and I is right here. Okay, so to do that, we have to isolate the I. That is mandatory, guys. To solve for any literal equation, you have to isolate what is the variable that you are trying to solve. In our case, because I is inside the parentheses, we have to get rid of the parentheses, but because there is a P right here, we have to divide first by P. To divide by P, so P cancels out. So now I have A over P. Because I'm trying to solve for I'm trying to free up I. So I'm A over P equals now 1 plus I. Well, I have to move I to the other side. Or I can say I, 1 plus I equals A over P. I want I by itself on the left, so subtract 1 both sides. That cancel. So I is equal to A over P minus 1. So this is now the formula you will use to find I. Okay, guys? All right. Next, second example, L equals E over R, big R plus R, small r. Solve for big R. Okay. Now this time, if you look at big R is in the denominator, and you have to get rid of the denominator. Okay, so to do that, I will multiply this side. I'm solving for R, right? So I'm going to erase this. I'm going to multiply this side by big R plus R, so that cancels out. Okay, and then I'm gonna multiply also the left side, whatever I do to the left side. So R plus R times L. Okay, so now I have, after I cancel this out, I have now here R plus R L equals E. Like what we did in number 1, we're solving for R. I have to free up big R because it's inside a parenthesis. But there is a number or a variable outside. I have to get rid of that. So divide by L. So this is by itself and it's free. R plus R equals E over L. I don't have to put the parentheses now because it's understood to be 1. 1 times R is R, 1 plus R is R. And then I want big R by itself, so I have to move R to the other side, this small r to the other side. So minus R, that cancels. So R equals E over L minus R would be the formula now to solve value for big R. Okay? So that's how you solve literal equation.